President Muhammadu Buhari calls for continuous dialogue between leaders of the two major faiths for sustained peace. NIN enrollees in Jos commend extension of deadline for NIN SIM data verification. Plus, Controller of Immigration Service Plateau State seeks collaboration with Industrial Training Fund. Welcome to Panorama from Jos. I am Felicia Daliub Samaila. President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday called on religious leaders of all faiths and backgrounds to unite in support of the fight against terrorism, kidnapping, banditry, and the novel coronavirus pandemic. The president spoke in response to the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Saad Abubakar III, who called to felicitate with the president on the successful completion of the Ramadan fast and the observance of the Eid. The president called for continuous dialogue between the leaders of the two major faiths for peace and stability to reign in the country. President Buhari commended the Sultan for his effective leadership of the Muslim Ummah and credited him with the unity of the community sustained under his watch. The Sultan pledged his commitment to the continued existence of the country as one and assured the president of the support of the Sultanates in the ongoing efforts to tackle the challenges facing the nation. There is a running story that the ICPC has declared an in-law of the president wanted in connection with fraud involving the large sum of money, $65 million to be extracted. The president is in a statement wishes to set the record straight that the person declared wanted by the ICPC is not an in-law to President Buhari. The statement says it is therefore unfortunate to bring the president's family into this case in an attempt to generate views and sell copies of sensational reporting. The president's position at all times is that the law be allowed to take its course as is well known of him. President Muhammadu Buhari will not provide any cover for crime, no matter who is involved. Amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate the 2021 International Day of Families as declared by the UN General Assembly of 1993. The Minister of Women Affairs in a statement said the declared May 15th International Day of Families emphasizes its importance as a nucleus of any society, providing an opportunity to promote awareness on issues relating to the well-being of families. This year's theme, Families and New Technologies, she says, speaks on current realities where the virtual space has become the new normal for engagements in view of the lockdown measures put in place to flatten the curve of the COVID-19 pandemic. Hence, compelling families to stay at home and making the use of ICT the only alternative to keep people in touch. Talent noted that the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs identifies with families who have been torn apart due to loss of livelihoods, those who lost loved ones and could only pay their last respects through the virtual space, as well as pray for the release of those in captivity of bandits or insurgents. She emphasized that the family remains the mirror of the society, hence the need for fathers and mothers to be responsible in their duties as role models, stand united, and deliberate in inculcating discipline and good virtues in their children, while embracing love, as it will help fight the growing spate of terrorism and mindless killings carried out by some. Emerging security challenges in the country, coupled with the COVID-19 pandemic, have impacted negatively on the general well-being of families. And as the world marks the 2021 International Day of Families, stakeholders are urging government at all levels to provide welfare packages to the not well-to-do family, ensure control of rural-urban migration, and enhance the general well-being of families. Justina Etim takes a look at the day with the theme, Technologies and Families.
The family is considered as one of the most important units of the society, as it serves as the foundation that shapes a child into a responsible member of the society. With advancement in technology occasioned by new forms of communication fueled by the internet, is a family still important?
Without the family, society itself can't even exist. Because most of the things, are taught from the family level.
But the family is very, very important because we share ideas, we care for each other.
Realizing the importance of the basic family system, the United Nations declared 15th of May annually to celebrate the family, and this year the theme, Families and Technology, is projected to deliberate on issues affecting the family in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic and new technologies. Stakeholders highlight other factors affecting the family.
Even though in principle we say an average family in Nigeria should have 4, you find a man with 12, 13 children, and he loses control over the children. And when he loses control over the children, they become a time bomb.
When you impact good vibes into your family, your kids, your wards, definitely when they go outside, I believe they shouldn't allow anything to influence them.
To enable families achieve their statutory responsibilities in the society, respondents gave these suggestions.
The role that government can play is to ensure that when people are working, fathers and mothers are working, pay them what you are supposed to pay them. Allow certain subjects to be taught in schools, because when subjects like religious education, social education and all that are not really taken very seriously in schools, the things that young people should learn about families and the functionality of the families is lost.
As the world marks 2021 International Day of Families, there are calls on policymakers to settle obstacles in the family system to enable families achieve their goals. In Calabar, Justina Etim, NTA News.
Plateau states will commence the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine in June 2021. Commissioner for Health, Nincom Ndamlar, who announced this, said government has not relented in sensitizing citizens on complying with the COVID-19 protocols. Rinred Silvanus Lott has details.
The first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine started on the 15th of March, with Governor Simon Lalong taking the first shot. Since then, the government has done a lot of advocacy to enlighten the public on the need to receive the vaccine. The Commissioner for Health says all hope is not lost, as the first dose may still be available when another batch is brought into the country.
When the vaccine came, we distributed to all the 17 local government areas. And at the end of 20 days, we got the vaccine, but we retrieved the vaccine back to the call center. And when we did the calculation, we found out that we still have up to 10,000 doses of vaccine to give to the people. But we had some complaints that some people are saying very far. For example, somebody from Kwampan, he cannot come to Jos to take off from Lantansat. He cannot come to Jos because it's very far. So we took the vaccine back to the local government for them to get access to it.
Dr. Lar calls on the public to always take advantage of such opportunities in order not to miss out. In Jos, Rinred Silvanus Lott, NTA News.
The police in Akwa Ibom State has again reassured members of the public that it will go any length within the ambit of the law to uncover the circumstances surrounding the murder of the job seeker in Nyobing, Umoren. The State Commissioner of Police, Amiegeme Andrew, gave the assurance while parading the principal suspect in the case and his father. Clement Barikwe reports.
On Thursday, May 13, the social media was awash with purported death of Uduak Frank, the principal suspect in the murder of Inyobong Omoren. This parade by the police is therefore to dispel the rumor.
A discreet investigation is still ongoing. It's at its, almost at its concluding stage, but we never close investigation until we go to court. So I'm still saying, I'm appealing to members of the public, if you have information on this issue, let us have it. We are open to it. The police has nothing to gain by covering anything. We are not covering anything.
The suspect, Uduak Frank, and his father, Frank Akpan, narrated their own side of the matter, claiming the slain job seeker died during a heated struggle to escape.
In a bid to stop her, I used the stabilizer to hit her. And when I hit her, she fell and started bleeding. Then thereafter she died.
He told me that he did something wrong and that he's sorry. I was blaming him. Why do you do this? You are not the only child. I have two other children and they are women. They are undergraduates. One is finishing. One is just starting. If anybody does this to your sisters, will you like it? He said no.
Meanwhile, the remains of the late Inyobong Omoren has been committed to Mother Earth at her family compound in Uroganam local government area in Uyo. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
The Imo State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of one Onyekachi Madufo, an indigene of Isu local government area of the state, according to a statement released by the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Abutu Yaro. The suspect on interrogation confessed to have conspired with other members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in carrying out attacks and killings of police personnel and other security operatives in the state. Efforts to arrest other members of the gang, however, saw the group engage officers of the anti-kidnapping unit and other tactical teams of the command in a gun duel, but was successfully repelled. The statement further indicates that 5 suspects were arrested at the scene, while others escaped with possible gunshots wounds. Locally made weapons, while live cartridges and large quantities of Indian hemp were recovered from the suspects. A discreet investigation is said to be in progress with a view to effecting further arrests, after which they will be charged to court for prosecution. As farmers in Jos declare their lands in readiness for this year's planting, they are, however, appealing to government to provide subsidized inputs to optimize their yields. The state chairman of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria highlighted the farmers' request while speaking on prospects for this year's cropping season. Ndayan Andeabagyang reports.
With the renewed focus on the agricultural sector in order to diversify the economy, more people are engaged in farming activities in Plateau State. Some of the crops that thrive in the state are maize, millet, potato, and cocoyam. Many farmers, especially the youth, farm at subsistence level, due largely to lack of resources to invest for commercial purposes.
But may have access to the government fertilizer, but truly they are doing their best. That indicates a positive performance on the side of the government, because they are making it available. I have not known about the price yet, but I'm trusting God that it's going to be affordable to those of us that are farmers.
We get money, better help us with things that we are carrying to go and farm with it.
They should assist the farmers, as they have always done. I believe they keep, as they have been assisting farmers, but they should assist farmers more. And then, besides assisting farmers, I think steps will be taken to maybe set up some form of price control.
The state chairman of the Farmers Association has prevailed on government to encourage more farmers and interested persons to engage in farming by providing hybrid seed, fertilizer, and also protection for farmers and their farms.
Most farmers are even contemplating going into irrigation because of the flooding. But with the climate change, there must be a very big synergy in bringing on how we can aggregate water for irrigation in most of the parts of Plateau State.
We have established a tissue culture laboratory to produce good seeds that will replace the old ones so that farmers will get good yield per hectare.
The farmers are optimistic that with the right farm input, they are confident of a bumper harvest. In Jos, Indenyan, and the Abuja, NTA News.
And we have the State Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Hosea Finangwe, in the studio to discuss government's intervention for farmers in this cropping season. Sir, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you join us.
Yes, thank you.
Sir, the state government says there is no alternative to agriculture in the state in view of prevailing economic circumstances, more so as the state is blessed with fertile land and favorable climate. What has the government done to encourage farmers to key into idea?
Yeah, first and foremost, to thank you for the opportunity given to me to share with you some highlights about the government focus and policy trust in taking advantage of what God has blessed Plateau State with, and to see how we can transform these particular potentials into concrete realities, as in the motto of His Excellency Barrister Simon Bakolalo, taking Plateau State to the next level, including agriculture. Now, His Excellency Barrister Simon Bakolalo has kept faith with farmers in the areas of providing farm inputs to farmers, considering the fact that our farmers are subsistent in nature, and because they are subsistent in nature, they don't have the luxury to buy all the farm inputs. So therefore, it behoves on His Excellency to provide good governance by ensuring that farm inputs are made available to farmers, and as they are made available, they are made available at subsidized rate. Plateau State happens to be one of the few states in Nigeria that have kept faith with providing subsidy to farmers as long as farm inputs are concerned. In 2021, like other years, we are moving forward. Hitherto, it has actually been the issue of fertilizer. But this time around, from last year, 2020 to this year, we have to diversify our approach to ensure that we adopt what we call good agricultural practices. Good agricultural practices does not only end in one input, but in the entirety. You will recall that not long ago, His Excellency flagged up the issue of the tractorization scheme. And the essence is that we wanted to have farmers to have tractors or to acquire tractors at subsidized rate. These tractors are actually in the hands of the farmers, and the essence of having these particular tractors is to limit their activities within the state as a way of trying to reduce the drudgery that is attached with farming and to increase the arable land for agricultural activities. So one of the things we are doing in the Ministry of Agri is to ensure that there is strict compliance with the utilization of this particular farm machineries within the state to encourage farmers to go into farm mechanization. The second one is to ensure that we provide the inputs, and the inputs that are being provided are certified seed, or what we call improved seed. The improved seed can either come in form of certified seed or foundation seed. This particular seed are made available also to farmers as a way of adopting the good agricultural practices. Apart from that too, we have the agrochemicals like the organic fertilizer, either granulated or even the liquid fertilizer are also made available for farmers to make choice. We know very well that there's there's premium on organic farming. And so we want to encourage farmers to go into organic farming, and as well as encourage those who are still believing in inorganic fertilizer. So we have the opportunity of making available diverse or assorted fertilizer to our farmers to make choice. Apart from that too, we also have the herbicides that are also being made available. As I'm talking to you, all arrangements have been put on deck, and very soon, very hopeful, we're waiting for the approval of the governor to approve the deed for this particular flag of exercise. So we are good to go as long as the issue of farm input is concerned. Apart from that, let me just mention here, Plateau State is actually blessed with the potential of producing both exotic and tropical crops. As we are talking, we have carried out a lot of what we call adaptability trials on different crops. We have prioritized based on the sectorial strategic plan. we have 6 priority crops based on the competitive and comparative advantage we have on this crop. But in the course of our research work, we have come to also discover that wheat can grow, wheat and barley can grow very well on Plateau State. So we have already profiled 2,000 hectares this year to ensure that we multiply seed. You will still recall that some seed were made available to Plateau State, but because of the protest of NSAS, we lost the seed. So Plateau State have been given the mandate to produce the seed. So we are producing seed from the side of the farm, and we have brought in the anchors and as well as also the outgrowers to help in this. And we believe that by the time our Plateau people also integrate into this particular farming system, you are sure that we have more opportunities to generate income, improve livelihood, and generate internal revenue to the state as a way of trying to sustain the economy. I also want to use this opportunity to thank His Excellency too for even the effort made to require the back farm. He has mandated me as the commissioner to ensure that this particular land is being allocated to farmers. From the political officers, we also have the farmers, we have the horse community, and even retirees. This is a way of trying to encourage farmers to go into farming.
Okay, thank you very much. I wish we could ask you more questions, but then we'll take a break. When we return, Panorama continues.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
You can get more news and updates on www.nta.ng or follow us on our Twitter handle at NTA News Now. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/NTA Network News, and also stay connected and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/NTA News Online. Also remember to watch our news live streaming at www.nta.ng/live.
Thank you for staying tuned. Minister of Sports Sunday Dare has commended Plateau State government for providing conducive atmosphere for academic activities in schools. This was when he led executive members of the Baptist High School Old Students Association on a courtesy visit to Governor Simon Lalong. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
Leading national executives of the Baptist High School Old Students Association, the minister, who is an alma mater, said he was in the state to attend the 60th anniversary of the school. He appreciated the government of the state for ensuring the safety of students while in school, saying this has enhanced their productivity level.
I am a son of the soil, and one of the validations I have as a son of the soil comes from having attended Baptist High School just 38 years ago. You and the good people of Plateau State for providing a perfect environment for an institution such as Baptist High School to thrive for 60 years.
Governor Simon Lalong appreciated the founding fathers of Baptist High School for their vision in instituting the school in Plateau State and for churning out excellent students who are contributing to nation building. While pledging government support in the assessment needs of the school, he encouraged the old students to give back to society that molded them.
If this school has done something for you, it means Plateau has done something for you. Please don't hesitate to come back and do something, so that others can also patronize the school. And we'll continue to provide and do our best to protect the school.
From the government house in Rayfield, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
NIN enrollees in Jos have commended the federal government for the extension of the deadline for NIN SIM data verification to 30th June 2021, with an appeal for more registration and verification.
This is the network.